Check out Carly Kimmis, the sophomore, steps in. Right-handed noise over there. Here's Wilson's first pitch. It's a swung out. Pop up. Second baseman's not going to get to it. It's an infield hit for Kimmis. Kimmis is off. That ball is, I don't know, maybe 6-8 feet in front of the second baseman. She was coming up, was going to catch it, and then ended up deciding to let it drop, and that's how she was able to beat it out. Kylie Carey, and it hits number 5. She's a center fielder. Plate. Delivery. She squares to bunt, misses it. It's a strike. 0-1 to count to Carey. Kimmis. Randolph has been very good over the years at the small ball. It's one of the reasons why they've been so successful. You've got to be able to play that style when you get to state. And the pitch. It's bunted, and it's a beauty. It's going to get her on. It's going to be a bunt for a hit. It was overrun. And so they got runners in first and second and nobody out. That's the way Randolph plays. Stepping in will be Chloe Vaught. She is the second baseman. You got to really be on your toes when you play these Rockets because they really are good bunters. And she's a free hitter, but don't be surprised if she bunts. Here's Wilson's first pitch. Swing and a half-hearted swing. It ends up a swinging bunt. She's going to throw over to first. It's not going to be in time. The bases are juiced with nobody out. She wasn't trying to bunt, but it was kind of a half-hearted swing, and it ended up being a swinging bunt. And they really had no play at first, but they threw it anyway, and you had the bases juiced with nobody out. Stepping in the cleanup hitter is Lindsey Sunby, the first baseman. She's a senior. And the righty Wilson delivers. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Wilson really needs a strikeout or maybe a pop-out here. That's what she could use here if she can get it. Wilson is a 9th grader. Kangas a junior. Her battery mate. Half-hearted swing for a strike, and it's 0-2. So Wilson certainly capable of getting the strikeout that she needs here as Sunby steps back in. The tall second baseman, right-handed hitter, and the righty Wilson will kick and deliver. Swing and a miss, and she got the strikeout she needed. Actually could use another one here as Lindsey Sunby's retired. Anna Olson, a junior, steps in, the left fielder. She's a left-handed hitter, wears number 8 on the back uniform. Two pants of the pitcher comes 1. That's an out. Number 2. To the Tigers last night when they did that against the Twins, right? Don't be throwing the ball around. So on a fielder's choice, Olson is at first. Bags are juiced. They're 2 out. And Wilson might just, with the bases juiced and nobody out. The catcher and the hitter has a there's number 20 on the back of it. And pitch, black pants. That's a sharply hit ball. Trump throws it over to first. They got were juiced with nobody out. Wilson gets a big giant jam on the top of the first score. They do collect 3 hits to load the bases. Lindsey Sunby at second base, Chloe Vaught. At shortstop is Carly Kimmis. At third base is Kenneth Gergen. Out in left field, we see Anna Olson. In center field is Kylie Carey, and in right field, it is Ella Banks. First pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. Anna Cohen is a for the Cardinals. Right-handed hitter. And bunted off. As the Cardinals taste their own medicine there with a bunt. This pitcher looks to be a very athletic young lady. I think she probably fields her position pretty well. Third baseman creeping in, and the pitch brought the bat back, and it misses inside, 2-2. She showed bunt, brought the back bad. Back in as a righty. Fidgets with the ball off her hip. The right-hander's pitch is bunted. It's a little too hard, though. She bunted that a little too hard, and as I said, Raymond got out of the pitching circle very well. Cat-like in that circle. The catcher steps in, the junior. Gloves, a very colored bat. As Raymond's pitch is too low, 1-0. 1-0 to Reagan Kangas. Of course, a lot of these names, both these teams, small schools, they play all the sports, right? The pitch. Again, Raymond gets out of the pitching circle well and throws out at first base. 2 down, and that'll bring up Anna Tobin, third baseman. They have the walk-up music here for the Cardinal players, and the pitch is swung on and hit straight back. She was right on that one. 0-1 to Tobin. Tobin gets popping her back. Conference fast pitch at Alexander Park, Faribault, KDHL AM, Faribault, minute 2. About that. Well, landed right between. In the popped up. And a position. She has 2 assists already with 2 batters. Really fidgets with that ball. The pitch is just wide, and it's 2-2.
Here we go, Sammy, here we go!
You can remember this young lady is only a freshman, so she'll bound to get stronger, right? Throw harder as she gets older. That ball swung on. It's a swinging bunt, sort of. First, able to get to it. Raymond tried to rush the pickup because the first baseman is coming down the line. He was covering for second baseman's head. I don't know what they'll do, but that's what I'm ruling. Kate Trump steps in, and she's got some pop. Wind's kind of blowing in. Alexander Park kind of in my face. As the righty's pitch is called a strike. 0-1. 0-1 to the left. But I'd be playing that close in. The pitch is a strike again. Boy, that was a high strike. 0-2. So Trump's in a hole here. Runner at first. 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. Don't forget you can listen 97.9 FM to KDHL as well. And of course the way to listen is through the app. There's a pitch that was way too high and she would not chase. 1-2. 1-2. I do like her approach and I love her pace. It's a cold day. The fielders love it when you operate quickly. And the pitch. And that was called strike 3. That was right where strike 2 was. He almost had to swing, but and that ends the top half of the first inning. No runs across the plate. 8-9 in the order. Pitcher Carter Raymond will lead things off here. Right-handed hitter against the righty Wilson. He faced 6 batters in the first inning. Remember, they had the bases loaded, nobody out. She got out of it. Swing straight back. Oh, a good swing by Raymond. where the runner home, and then the ground out to end the changeup. To be used to it by now. Candid hitter. Well. On the back. Coach Trom goes through those signs in the third base coaching box. So 0-2 the count. One down. We're in the top of the second inning. Blown. At their time pretty well here. Like I said, they had an incredible competition in the tournament this past weekend, losing to Big Village, who's always good in fast pitch. Ooh, and beautiful changeup. Strikeout number 2 for Wilson. This sport. The good hitters are going to time up the fast stuff. You got to throw them off with that changeup, right? And the pitch bounces. 1-0 the count to Ella Banks, the right fielder. Ella is also a freshman. As Coach Strom says when he says we're primarily a freshman team. Right-handed batter. Up on her tippy toe there in the front foot. She threw her a changeup and not able to field it. Trump is going to try and cover it up, but no. That was a catchable ball. It's going to be an error. In my book, anyway. And at the top of the order, and had a bunt single to start the game. This young lady's got some pop at her bat. Lead off a sophomore hitter. Pitch is outside, 1-0. 2 down, second inning. So I don't know that they'll send her, but maybe. You still got Kimmis batting to start the next inning, so I'd make the gamble maybe. And the pitch. A hammer. The right field. Picked up by Donahue. She gets it in rather quickly, but good base running there by Banks. She skedaddles over to third. A solid single by Kimmis, who's 2 for 2, and that'll bring up Kylie Carey with 2 outs. Carey had a single in the first inning. She bunted the ball. Runners are at the corners here. And the pitch. There goes the runner from first. They let her go. A strike is called, 0-1. So runners both are in scoring position here with 2 down in the top of the second inning. The pitch is swung on. It's a high one hopper that Trump's going to field and throw over to first, and she's out at first base. Oh my. Oh boy. I don't know. No, that's what they said. Morgan Wilson, the pitcher, a freshman, stepped in. First pitch is a strike call on the outside corner, 0-1. Raymond in that first inning threw 10 strikes. 6 balls, 16 total pitches. There's a slow roller to second, ranging to her right. We'll throw her out at first base. Nice fielding play there by the Randolph Rockets. Their second baseman, Chloe Vaught, a freshman. Throws over to the first baseman, Lindsey Sunby, the senior. Sarah Tobin, the designated player, steps in. First, that's Fastpitch is term for a designated hitter, basically. Pitch is inside, 1-0. She's hitting for the right fielder, Evie Donahue, who's called the flex player in this sport. The righty's pitch. A strike is called, and this young man has a high strike zone. 1-1 to count. I used to love that when I was catching, because then I could just keep eking it up higher and higher. And the pitch is golfed out. I'm not saying it's not a strike. You just don't see the high strike called these days. I think it is in the strike zone. Seems like nowadays the waist is as high as most umpires want to go. And the pitch. Oh, that was a good changeup. Third baseman having trouble with it. She's not going to get it. It'll be an error. One out, and that'll bring up Mercedes Huerta. Mercedes, the center fielder, is wearing her jacket today. She's got her gray jacket with Cardinals emblazoned across the front. She typically wears number 4. She's a senior. Very up in the box. I mean, very up in the box. The pitch. Bunts it foul. 0-1 to count. Huerta's got pretty good wheels. Most center fielders do. Played soccer, played basketball, was a 1,000-point scorer in basketball. And remember, there was the COVID year as she bunts it. So you lost a few games that year, and actually they had a shortened schedule the following year, 2021, so quite a few games lost. To be a 1,000-point scorer during that time frame is pretty impressive. Here comes the next pitch. Oh, she caught it, and it's caught by Raymond. Boy, she gets out of that circle in a hurry. She caught that right by the third baseline and home plate. That's how quick she is. I told you it was cat-like. So Josie Rose steps up with 2 down and a runner at first base. Rose, a junior. The pitch is a strike. She's volleyball and a basketball player for the Cardinals. Volleyball team placed 3rd at state last fall. We have virtually everybody back. There's a strike called, and it's 0-2. So Raymond really chucking some good stuff. She has not had a hit off her yet. The 2 base runners are on errors. And her pitch. Oh, she swung at something up around the eyes. What did I tell you? Higher when you throw it. And then well, Chloe Vaught leads things off for Randolph. Morgan Wilson's first pitch was I believe, a ball. A swing and a miss. Both these pitchers are throwing very, very well. So this could be a really low-scoring game. As Wilson's pitch tried to get her to, there's that high strike. He called it 0-2. Vaught didn't want to go up there, but it's a high, high in the zone, and the pitch, well, got away from it, changed up over the head, and it's 1-2. I think. I missed the first pitch. I was writing something in my book. The pitching totals, and the pitch, the ball. I was right. 24 pitches coming into this inning, 21 of them strikes. That ball is hammered, but it's going to be foul, well foul. That was well fouled on the third baseline, but Vaught, who's the number 3 hitter, typically you put your best hitter there, right? Traditionally, I know there's nothing traditional in the majors anymore. And the pitch, swing and a miss and a high one again. Third strikeout. Wilson's had a strike Sunby, the first baseman, first strikeout in the first inning when the bases were loaded. The pitch. That's hit very well, but right to the second baseman. A liner right to second base. 2 down, and that'll bring up Anna Olson, the left fielder. She's a junior. She was safe on a fielder's choice in the first inning. Hit a comebacker to the pitcher. The bases were loaded. They easily got Kimmis trying to score. Randolph had nothing on the scoreboard, even though they had the bases loaded, nobody out. Nice block by Kangas. 1-0 the count. There's nobody on base, and she still blocked the ball. I love it. The Wright's pitch. Tim McCarver, one of my favorite sayings was Tim McCarver, former catcher with the Cardinals, right? Said good habits are as easy to form as bad habits. In other words, even when there's nobody on base, you keep blocking that ball. Pitch is inside, and it's 2-1. Been throwing more changeups than I've seen her throw, and that's probably because of this very good Randolph lineup. The pitch, right down Broadway, and it's 2-2. 2-2 to Anna Olson, left-handed hitter. Where's number 8 on the back of her uniform? Does a little work with the dirt in her legs and gets back in, wave action with the bat, and the righty's pitch. That's going to be a base hit, center field. Makes the turn at first base, a 2-out single by Olson. Didn't try to do too much with that pitch, just went with it. And that'll bring up Allie Gillette, the catcher. She's an 8th grader. Get a grounder first inning. So Randolph has had runners on the base pads every inning so far in this game. The only 2 runs the Cardinals have had were by errors, at least in my book. Coach Traum goes through some signs in that third base coaching box. He's wearing a stocking cap, like yours truly. And the pitch. High, it's a ball. The throw down to second, it's not going to be in time. So Olson steals second base. 1-0 is the count. Allie wears number 12 on the back of her uniform. She really does remind me of the catcher of the Faribault Falcons state championship team, who started when she was in 7th and 8th grade. They could be sisters. Pitch is inside. 2-0. Where's number 12 on the back of her uniform? 2 down, top of the third, runner at second. The pitch. Chase high, it's 3-0. 3-0 as Wilson gets back up on that rubber. No damage if she did walk her here. And the pitch. And she walked her. Meanwhile, the runner from second stole third on the walk. You don't see that every day of the week. That's got to upset Coach Trump a little bit. You got to be paying attention. Call time immediately, and that Carter Raymond steps up. The pitcher can help her cause here. She popped out to shortstop Trump in the first or second inning. She looks to bunt with 2 outs. There's a strike. There's a high one, 0-1.
Okay. 4.
Runners at second and third, 2 down. Here at the top of the third. Coach Trump is reminding his runners there's 2 outs with the pitch. Yeah, went a little higher, but she wouldn't chase. 1-1. 1-1 to the right-handed hitting freshman pitcher for the Randolph Rockets. That open stance at the plate, very back in the box in the pitch. Ooh, she was right on that. 1-2, hit it straight back. So Wilson is a pitch away from getting out of another jam. Bases were loaded, nobody out. She got out of the first inning jam. Can she wiggle out of the third inning jam? Red and white batting gloves by Raymond in the pitch. Missed outside. 2-2. She wouldn't chase. That was a good pitch. And this Raymond obviously knows the strike zone being a pitcher. That was a tough pitch for her to lay off, I think. Tried to go upstairs. It'll be 3-2. On deck is somebody that she struck out, so first base is open here. We'll see if that's what they're thinking. Don't give her anything to hit. Wilson's next pitch. It's going to be a fly ball. I think it's going to drop in. It is! 2 runs are going to score. Raymond gets a 2 RBI single, and she is excited, to say the least, at first base. And why wouldn't you be? So it's 2-0 here as Gergen steps in. Kenna is struck out back in the second inning. So the walk comes home to score. Wilson does not walk a lot of batters, typically. That's what, very good competition, and they're ready for that. There's a foul ball down the first base line. Vienna and the courtesy run here, by the way, here at first base. Vienna is a freshman. Wilson's next pitch. Hit her in the ankle. So runners at first and second. In the first 2 batters were retired in this inning. Olson singled, Gillette was walked. Raymond then had the 2 RBI single, and now Gergen is hit by a pitch. The 6th batter to come to the plate is Banks. Pitches up around the eyes, and it's 1-0. Banks was safe on an error last inning. Came back and was a catchable ball that Wilson did not glove in the circle. Trump tried to back her up, but too late. And the ball's hit to Trump. Nice catch on a soft liner. Those are so hard. And Trump judged it beautifully and makes the catch. But not before the Randolph Rockets scored 2 runs. We go to the bottom of the third. 9-1-2 due up. Lindsey Hansen, the first batter, swings as Raymond throws a strike. That was her 29th pitch. 22 of them have been strikes. So I know on the eyes, it's 1-1. 1-1 the count. Hansen, a junior, played volleyball, played basketball. Really good athlete. And the next pitch, a little low. 2-1 the count. That was very close to being a strike, so. Nice level swing to right field. Boy, good job by Hansen. Just a level swing, a belt-high fastball, and the first hit for the Cardinals is a single by the number 9 hitter. So Anna Cohen will step in, and we'll see if Coach Trump, they're only down 2-0, decides to try and manufacture a run here. Anna Cohen steps in. She's the second baseman. And the righty's pitch is hit straight back up the middle. Second baseman, nice glove job, throws it to short. It was behind the second base bag. That was a very nice play. So a 4-6 out there. That was a really nice play by the second baseman, Chloe Vaught. Just a freshman. Got over there quick, good footwork, got behind the bag, and there's one down with a runner at first. Kangas steps in, the junior catcher. Swings at a high pitch, and of course that's what he's calling a strike, and it's a foul ball, 0-1. As Raymond that first base. Swings that, very foul. She's quite a bit. So after the catcher, the pitch is the same pitch. Ha, shows you what I know. Flip to the shortstop who throws out the runner. They get the front end of the double play. It's pretty rare you get a double play in this sport. Kangas is on a fielder's choice. So with one out, that'll bring up Tobin, Anna Tobin, third baseman. The freshman was safe on an error first time up. At least it was an error in my book. And the righty's pitch popped up. Going to be out of play. 0-1 the count. Tobin, a right-handed hitter, has a runner at first base. 2 down here in the bottom of the third. 2-0 Randolph leads. Swings at a pitch that was probably a ball. It's 0-2. That looked to be below the knees. I'm situated right around home plate, trying to keep my back to the wind, looking right down the third baseline. As the righty kicks and delivers. That ball's hammered foul down the first baseline. So Kangas had one. She was well out in front. There Tobin was well behind. 0-2 count. I thought she might choke up on the bat, but she's not doing that. With 2 strikes. And the pitch.
Good pitch.
Inside. 1-2 the count.
Good job, good job.
They're trying to clip that inside corner, and the umpire thought she missed. The next pitch, same spot, not as good a pitch. It's 2-2 to Tobin, who's got a pretty good bat going here. There's a little skip as she gets in there and licks her gloves with her fingers, or with her tongue, and the pitch is going to be under the third baseman's glove. Shortstop goes over to get to it. So I'm going to put an error in my book. Runners at first and second with 2 down. That'll bring up Kate Trump. And this is the person you want up in the situation. We'll see. She struck out looking her first time up. And the ball inside, 1-0. With one swing, she could put them in the lead. The wind seems to have died down a little bit here at Alexander Park. My papers aren't rustling anyway. And the pitch. Over her head, that'll advance the runners to second and third. So a wild pitch is what that is. It went over the catcher's head, off the backstop, and landed right in front of me. Gillette had to come over here and retrieve it. So they're a wild pitch away from getting a run. 2-0 the count. That's over the head, 3-0. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him put her on. The first base is open. Wilson's a good hitter, but yep, they just said put her on. So bags are juiced for Morgan Wilson, and Wilson can help her cause, and Wilson can make them pay for the move. We'll see what they do. Raymond takes a deep side, kicks and lets it fly. A strike right down Broadway, 0-1. Wilson has pretty good power. I saw her hit a home run last year. As Raymond's next pitch against the freshman is low. Gillette tried to frame it, tried to bring the ball up, but the umpire wouldn't buy it. I love it. Raymond fidgets with that ball on her hip of the pitch. It's hit right back up the middle. It's going to be base hit. One run's going to score. Here comes the second run in to score. And we got a tie game. So Sarah Tobin, who's a 7th grader, steps in, the designated player. She is hitting for Evie Donahue, the right fielder. As there's something wrong with the base or something? The base umpires. Oh, he's dusting it off. Okay. You got Trump at second. You got Wilson at first. She got the 2 RBI single, helped her cause there, and that'll bring up Sarah Tobin, as I said. Tobin, a right-handed hitter. 2 down. We're in the bottom of the third, tied at 2. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1.
Good job, Allie. Yeah, back it up 3.
Raymond's doing the smart thing here, right? Like I said, he's calling a high strike, so you just keep pumping him in there. And the pitch. Popped up. If they can catch it, it'll be over in the inning, and the center fielder makes the catch. 7 players. Crunch time. Faribault player or players of the game. Right now, Morgan Wilson's got a leg up on that with her 2 RBI single. And she's in the pitching circle. Vienna Anderson Ella Banks is up. First pitch is a strike.
Hey, let's go, boy. Come on, Cole.
I better double check this. It might be Kimmis. Might be off one. And it is. It's Carly Kimmis. 1-1 the count to Kimmis. There's a roller in the dirt, and it's 2-1 to Kimmis. Kimmis swings. It's a high fly ball. Huerta camps under it and makes the catch. That'll bring up Kylie Carey. She's a center fielder. She singled it and grounded out in the second. Actually, it was pop up that Trump makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch on.
Come on, Chloe, let's go. 3.
That'll bring up Coley Vaught with 2 out. So the Cardinals flash a little leather here. And the pitch. That ball's hammered. She was well out in front of it. 0-1 the count to Chloe Vaught. The freshman singled in the first inning, struck out to start the third. Step back in, right-handed hitter. Wearing a couple of, looks like very well-used gloves. Oh, beautiful changeup. She's way out in front of that. It's 0-2. 0-2. Wilson probably had a smile when she walked back to the pitching rubber because that was an awesome changeup in the pitch. Too high. 1-2. 2-2 is our score. We're in the 4th inning. I thought this would be a great game today. 2 really good teams. The defending state champs from Randolph, Class A state champions a season ago. Pitches inside, and the Cardinals are going to, well, the poll for the Fastpitch this week, the end of the month, April. That's what traditionally they've done. Who's to know whether they'll follow tradition or not. The pitch Swings and does not get it. Well, may have gotten a piece of it. It's 2-2. Had to tick it there or it wouldn't have been, she'd been out. COVID obviously disrupted a lot of that traditional stuff. Wilson doing a little fidgeting like Raymond does and delivers way up high, and it's a full count. Wilson does have a walk, and that walk did score in this game. 2-2 is our score. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Alexander Park, Faribault. The Cardinals just one loss of the season. Another beautiful changeup, and she strikes out. That was a gorgeous pitch. Up and down in order goes Randolph here in the 4th. The first time they have not had a runner on base. No run. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, it'll be hitters 7, 8, 9 in the order. Mercedes Huerta due to lead things off as she gets ready to step in. Huerta popped out to the pitcher back in the 2nd inning. Raymond's first pitch. Up high, she bunts it down. Raymond gets out of that circle in a hurry and throws her out. That was the 50th pitch thrown in this game by Raymond. We're here in the 4th inning, and 36 of the 50 have been strikes. Josie Rose steps up. She struck out swinging in the 2nd inning on 3 pitches. Pitch. Up in the zone, 1-0. And that's up. Josie's 6 feet tall, I think. And Raymond, the freshman, delivers. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. 1-1 the count. Sun's trying to get out from that cloud. And missed again, and it's 2-1. Raymond has not walked anybody. Been shooting strikes all day. And again, really fields her position well. She picks up the rosin bag, and the next pitch popped up and out of play over my head. It's 2-2. I know what you're thinking. There are a lot of things over my head. We all know that. 2-2. Right-handed hitting Josie Rose, the first baseman. She's a junior. And the pitch. Swings and fouls that one off. Still 2-2. Let's see if Raymond offers something up in the eyes again. That's what she struck her out with last time. No, she went downstairs, and Rose thought it was a ball, but it sure looked like a strike from where I'm sitting. That was the 3rd strikeout for Raymond. That'll bring up Lindsey Hansen, a junior left fielder. Lindsey singled last inning, got the first hit of the game for the Cardinals to start last inning, and that kind of started the whole thing going. They scored 2 runs last inning to tie things up. And there's a couple of hopper to short. First base. Boy, a really nice play by the shortstop, sophomore Carly Kimmis. Got over there quick. Made a nice throw to first base. First pitch is a strike to Lindsey Sunby, the senior first baseman. She's 0 for 2. Wilson has thrown. I'll add her pitch count here in a second. I'm behind a little bit. Pitch is inside. It's 1-1. She threw 26 pitches in the 3rd inning. Did labor a bit there. Recovered nicely though with a 1, 2, 3, 4th. And at the top of the order, I might add, it's 2-1. She's throwing coming into this inning 62 pitches, 41 of the 62 strikes. Another ball, and it's 3-1. Boy, you hate those leadoff walks. So Wilson needs a strike here.
There we go.
No, he called it a ball. It sure looked like a strike. Second walk by Wilson. That'll bring up Anna Olson. Olson wears number 8, and your playbook is wide open here if you're Coach Trom, and I'd be willing to bet there's going to be a bunt laid down here. The pitch. She swings away, and it's a pop-up high in the air that the shortstop's going to catch. I'm a little surprised by that. One down, that'll bring up Allie Gillette. Walked, scored, and grounded out. Wilson trying to work away, or work around a leadoff walk. Gillette, the 8th grader, has walked, scored, and grounded out. Pitch missed with a changeup, 1-0. Throwing a lot more of those today. The wind's picked up again. At least it's blowing my papers and in my face, so I hope it's not bothering you at all. The flags are whipping pretty good. Tried to get a high strike. It's called a ball, and it's 2-0. And it was a ball, I thought. Gillette with a runner at first and 1 down. And the pitch. Right down Broadway, and it's 2-1. Two and 1. The righty's next offering is kind of off the end of her bat. Wilson does a nice glove job from her knees, throws her out of first base. Going down to second is Sunby. So 2 down, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Carter Raymond. The freshman singled, RBI single. Actually a 2 RBI single in the 3rd inning. Right-handed hitter with, as they say, a runner at second base. And the pitch. That ball's hit very well. Right fielder Donahue gets under it and makes the catch in right field. Cool as the other side of the pillow. She went over and made the catch. Here in the 5th inning, nobody crosses the plate. They get a leadoff walk, but they're stranded at second base. There were no hits. Or excuse me, the bottom of the 5th is going to be Anna Cohen. Cohen. Pitch is called a ball. Cohen was safe on a fielder's choice her last time up and grounded out to the pitcher in the 1st inning. Raymond just threw her 58th pitch, 41 strikes. She throws ball 2. She's walked 1 batter. And the pitch. That was an intentional pass. Intentional pass that was given to, it's 3-0 by the way. Intentional pass was given to Trump, which kind of came back to haunt him. There's a foul ball, not by much. And the green light there. Coach Trump, I think, was reminding her, I think he may have had the take side on. So he was kind of reacting. And the pitch. And that didn't miss by a whole lot. It's ball 4. So the second walk for Raymond, one of them intentional. And Reagan Kanga, she was safe on a fielder's choice, scored back in the 3rd inning. Ended up going to 3rd on the wild pitch. Squares to bunt. She bunts it foul. 0-1 the count. We're tied at 2 here in the 5th inning. Great game. Park. Corey Temple recording for FCTV purposes. Watch it. And the pitch. Way up over the head. And easily gaining second base is going to be Cohen. Wouldn't even have to slide. She didn't. Second on the wild pitch. Lokangas has her duck on the pond, as they say, and we'll see what they elect to do here. The pitch is a swinging pop up to second base. So 1 down, and that'll bring up Tobin, Anna Tobin, the freshman, the 3rd baseman. Safe on an error last time up. safe on an error in the first inning. She's been an error magnet. As she steps in, right-handed batter with a runner in scoring position. Pitches up around the eyes. It's 1-0. 1-0 the count. Again, we are all knotted up at 2 apiece, and the pitch is popped up and out of play. 1-1 the count. Cardinals haven't exactly pummeled the ball. They have just a couple hits in this game. They came in the same inning. That's why they're tied at 2 apiece. Pitches inside. Bluffing a run to third is Cohen, trying to force a throw, I'm sure. 2-1 the count now to Tobin. The righty's pitch. Swings away and hits it down the first baseline foul. 2-2 the count. I'm sure Tobin wants a level swing here. Just over the first baseman's head would have been perfect there. And we'll see what they do.
Here we go, Carter.
As Raymond fidgets with that ball and the pitch. She swings away again. It's a pop-up that Raymond makes the catch out of the double play. Throws to second base to get the rubber, to get her doubled off the bag. Great play there by Raymond. Kenna Gergen, the third baseman, steps in. She's a freshman. Was hit by a pitcher last time up, and that one's way overhead all the way to the backstop. Gets kind of a grin from Morgan Wilson, 1-0. She walked the first batter last inning and wiggled out of it. Pop out, ground out, fly out, end of the inning. And the pitch. Oh boy, that was called a strike in the first inning. And the ball here, it's 2-0. 2-0 to the right-handed hitter. Wilson's pitch is called a strike. It's 2-1. 2-1 to Kenna Gergen. Morgan Wilson, the freshman, delivers. Bunted. First baseman Rose gets to it, but that's not going to be in time. It's going to be a base hit on the bunt. A bunt single to start the 6th inning for the Randolph Rockets. Safe on an error and hit a liner. Kate Trump is missed the strike. It's a 0-1 count. Never brought the bat back. So a runner at first with nobody out. That's bunted foul, and it's 0-2. So the bunt's off now. Where's number 2 on the back of her uniform? Ella, the right fielder. Wilson's pitch. It's hit foul. 0-2. That was a beautiful bunt single there by Gergen. It was nice. Right at the first base had to come. And if you got any kind of speed like that, you're going to get on. The pitch. Oh man, she swung at a ball up around the eyes, smacked it right to the pitcher. Well, they advanced the runner. That's a productive out by Banks. You got Gergen at second base with 1 down. Man, she tattooed that. Good quick reflexes by Wilson to knock it down and throw her out at first. But a productive out. That'll bring up Carly Kimmis. Kimmis has a couple of hits in this game. 3 trips. A hit here would probably give them the lead. We're in the 6th inning, and it's 2-2 at the pitch. Strike called. 0-1. You heard the dog bark out the call there. Right as she threw the strike, he barked out the call. 0-1. And the righty's pitch. He swings. Trump ranging to her left. Not able to field it. Smartly just pulled the ball. I'm going to give her a hit on that. I don't know what they'll officially do, but she had to run right away and range to her left. And popped off her arm, and it looks like she might have hurt her arm a little bit there. She's holding it a little bit. As the left-handed hitting Kylie Carey steps in with runners at the corners. Pitch is inside ball, and they let the runner go to second base. 1-0 the count. Stolen base for Kimmis. Puts two runners in scoring position with one out. Wilson needs a strikeout or a pop-up here. She wiggled out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam in the first inning. Last inning, she had a leadoff walk and got out of the inning with no damage. Runners at second, third, one out here. And the pitch. The strike is called, and it's 1-1. 1-1 to the left-handed hitting Kylie Carey, the freshman center fielder. I'd be tempted to bunt, put pressure on the defense here. There, she squares the bunt, what did I tell you? And they hold the ball again.
Hey, let's go, Chloe, let's go!
It's going to be a bunt single.
Let's go, Chloe!
And the bags are juiced with one out. That'll bring up Coley Vaught, who struck out her last two times up. One. I would not be surprised to see her bunt. Like I said, struck out the last two times. That. On the defense, they got a decision. The bags are juiced. You typically don't see that. 1-1. So it's got to be perfectly placed, not back to the pitcher or anything. She taps the plate a couple of times. Remember, she's a free hitter, so the thing is probably not good. Wilson's got nowhere to put her. It's 2-1. 2-1 to the second baseman for Randolph. Bags juiced, one out. Top of the sixth inning, tied at 2 in the pitch. Inside, it's 3-1. Well, if you're Vaught, you know she has to come in with her. She doesn't want to walk in or run. And let's see what the pitch is. Tried to get the high strike, and he wouldn't call it. So bases loaded, walk, scores a run. Coach Trump's going to come out and talk to his. These are two really good fast pitch teams that are going toe-to-toe here today. Really good. It's been a lot of fun to bring it to you. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Swing, calls it off. You're in tune to KDHL AM, Faribault, Minnesota. 920 AM, 97.9 FM, and through the KDHL app worldwide. 0-1 to count to Lindsey Sunby.
Let's go, Lindsey!
The righty's pitch. Too far inside. It's 1-1.
Hey, here we go.
Still only one out in the inning. Wilson's pitch. Swings at a high pitch. Trump charges it. She's going to come home, and she's safe at home plate. Kimmis beat the throw. So Kimmis just flat out beat the throw there. Everybody advances. And that'll bring up Anna Olson. So Olson, the left fielder, will step in. She's singled back in the third inning. Flew out to Trump, the shortstop, in the fifth. Safe on a fielder's choice in the first. The pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-0. the 7th person to come to the plate here in the 6th inning. So far, 2 runs in. A crooked number on the board for the Randolph Rockets, and now a 4-2 lead. Swings and hits it straight back 1-1. Olsen wearing the black batting gloves. Taps her cleats. Gets ready to step back in. And the righty Wilson's pitch. A strike is called, and it's 1-2. Yeah, Wilson really could use a strikeout here. Bags are juiced with 1 out in the 6th inning. The Cardinals haven't exactly been pummeling the ball. That ball's hit very well. Mercedes Huerta looked like she was going to make a great catch, but she doesn't. She had it hit her glove and it bounced out. The run's going to score. They had to wait to see if she was going to catch the ball, and it popped out of her glove. She got to it, but was not able to squeeze it. So 3 runs come in. And that'll bring up Allie Gillette. Gillette, the 8th grader, has scored 1 of their runs. A ball is thrown 1-0. The 8th person to come to the plate, she walked and scored in the 3rd inning, hit a comebacker and grounded out. So Randolph's got a big inning going here in the next pitch. It is a solid single to straightaway center field by the 8th grader. That was a really good approach to the plate. A nice level swing. 2 runs are going to score. Very impressive at bat by the 8th grader. Of course, the 9th grader's pitching here for the Cardinals. 5 runs in the inning, and that'll bring up the 9th person to come to the plate, the pitcher, Carter Raymond. He's going to have a nice lead. Going out there in the bottom of the 6th, staying down nicely. The 3rd baseman's going to try for the double play, but threw it wide of the first base bag. Steps on the bag as it was hit to her, so on the fielder's choice, Raymond is at first. 5 unassisted. Olsen at 3rd base is retired. As batting again, and she started this inning with a bunt single, is Kenna Gergen. It was a perfectly placed bunt. She would later score 5 runs in the inning. 7-2 Randolph leads here in the 6th inning. And these are 7-inning games. The pitch bounces around the shoe top. She backs away. It's 1-0. 10th person to come to the plate here in the 6th. The pitch is called a strike. 1-1. I know Wilson's thinking right now that was at the same spot that she was issued a walk earlier. With the bases is inside, that's 2-1. Going through a bunch of signs in that 3rd base coaching box is Dennis Traum. Sun is out as Wilson delivers. Swings at a pitch up around the eyes, and it's going to be a... He's going to score. It was a little too far back to get to that one. Gillette, the 8th grader, scores. The runner goes to 3rd base in Raymond, or a courtesy runner, I guess. And runners are at the corners. That'll bring up Ella Banks. Banks earlier this inning hit a comebacker to the pitcher. Right-handed hitter. She was safe on an error in the 2nd inning. Hit a liner to short in the 3rd. Pitches up high. They let the runner go to 2nd. 1-0 the count to Banks. Now 8-2 Randolph as she swings and fouls it off. 1-1. And quite an inning for Wilson. She had a 26-pitch third inning when they scored 2 runs. 5 runs have been scored so far in this inning, or 6 runs I should say. 6 runs in this inning. I'll get your pitches as soon as I can count them. Oh, beautiful changeup, got her swinging. And when you do a changeup like that, you gotta smile. 1-2 the count. You were way out in front of it.
You ready for it?
And the pitch. Yeah, another bit of a changeup, misses. It's 2-2. 2-2 the count to Ella Banks. In the bottom of the 6th, it'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Cardinals. A strike call in the outside corner, and Wilson finally gets out of this inning her 5th strikeout, but not before the Randolph Rockets score 6 runs in the inning. At the time, it tied the game. Trump struck out looking in the first inning. And let's see what Raymond, she can attack her here. The pitch is called a strike, 0-1. I mean, it's an 8-2 game, so I'd just go after it if I'm Randolph. Trump's not going to hit a 7-run home run or a 6-run home run. Pitch is up high. It's 1-1. Did a change up there.
7, here we go.
Yeah, she fidgets with that ball on the pitch. It's strike 2. It's 1-2. So Trump steps back in with a count 1-2 here in the 6th inning. Randolph's up 8-2. Takes a mean whack at it. It's going to be a high fly ball. The second baseman makes a catch in shallow center fielder. Almost fell over catching it.
Morgan Wilson.
That'll bring up Morgan Wilson. Wilson had that 2 RBI single back in the 3rd that tied the game at the time. There's a strike, 0-1. She is grounded out. Next pitch is swung on, hit to the shortstop. Nice 2-hand job. Throws her out at first base. Good fundamentals there by the shortstop, Kimmis. That'll bring up Tobin. Sarah Tobin, the 7th grader, was safe on an error in the 2nd inning and flew out to center field in the 3rd. As the Cardinals are down to their last 4 outs, pitch is up high, it's 1-0. If you just joined us, we had a whale of a game going into the top of the 6th, and Randolph erupted for 6 runs. Pitch is up high, it's 2-0. And they now have an 8-2 lead here in the 6th. Coach Trom's going to go out and talk to his right-hander. That gives me time to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 13 pitches last inning. 70 coming into this inning.
Make the play now.
14 of 21 first pitch strikes coming into this inning. Pitch is down around the shoe tops, and it's 3-0. Raymond's pitch. That was 3-0, wasn't it? And she fouled it off, 3-1. I can't believe she had the green light at 3-0. I mean, you're down 8-2. Swings and hits it off her foot. It's 3-2 now.
Hey, make the play now, come on.
3-2 the count. There's 2 down here in the 6th inning.
Come on, Carter.
Righty's pitch. Swing and a miss. She had quite a loop in that swing, and that's, let's see, Raymond's 4th strikeout in this game. Cardinals have just 2 hits in this contest. So Raymond's done an outstanding job in the pitching circle. Just 2 hits, and this is a really good hitting, typically a really good hitting Cardinal team. And she's walked a couple. And so the first pitch to Carly Kimmis is up high, 1-0. Obviously, the Cardinals don't want to give up any runs here, and Randolph would love to get this to double digits. Pitch. It's hit down the third base by Faribault. They're going to foul territory down the outfield. The outfielder Hansen falls down. Kimmis is going to have herself a triple. She's pumping her fist. I think I'm going to rule that a double and an error myself. But third base leadoff is Kimmis, and that'll bring up Carey, who squares to bunt. It's a foul ball, 0-1. I don't know how excited the Cardinal coaches are to see that. A 6-run lead in the 7th inning, bunting the ball. And the pitch. This is I thought it was a strike. It's called a ball, 1-1. And Morgan walks to the back of the circle. I think she thought it was a strike too. Her next pitch. The strike is barked out. Yep, he'd bark too. 1-2 the count to Kylie Carey, the center fielder. 2 hits, a run scored. There's a strike. Oh, I guess it's 2-2. I thought he called a ball earlier. That was a strike. That's hit straight back. Still 2-2. Kimmis is at third base. A sophomore, and she got the third. Just was pumping her fist all over the place. I love it. Play with a passion. And the pitch, change up. Misses, and Kangas, it doesn't get far enough away to score the run. Of course, the runner's going to get it first because there was no catcher, the third strike, which is the dumbest rule in sports. Whoever put that rule in, it's crazy. So the strikeout is at first base. You know, and Fastpitch didn't have to adopt the same rule that baseball had. It's just a stupid rule. In the pitch, strike is barked out, and it's 0-1 to Chloe Vaught. She struck out twice, singled, and walked her last time up. Walked with the bases loaded. On a pitch that looked like it was a strike. And the pitch. It's hit back to Trump. Trump's going to range to her left, throw her out at first base. Run's going to score, though. Make it 9-2. Carey goes over to third. Zanna Olson. That's a high fly ball. The left fielder Hansen's going to make the catch. Anyway, well, the Cardinals have had a bit of an offensive drought here lately. I guess I never did find out what their score was against Janesville last night, but they were defeated 2-0 last week at New Richland. Pitch is way up high. It's 1-0 to Mercedes Huerta. Huerta's 0 for 2.
Come on, Carter, come on now.
Raymond in that pitching circle, kicks and delivers. That's fouled off, and it's 1-1. 1-1 the count. The right-handed hitting senior center fielder. Oh, shrug of the shoulders by Raymond, and she swings and fouls it off, and it's 1-2.
Got 2 on her now.
Look at her, 7.
Right there, Kenna, right there.
1-2 the count to Mercedes Huerta. We're going to have another batter here, not Rose. Next batter pitches outside, and it's 2-2. Can't see her number from here. She's covering it with her arm. And the pitch. A nice solid swing to right field. It's going to bounce in there for a base hit.
Now batting number 1.
For Huerta. Just the third hit for the Cardinals. This is not going to be Josie Rose.
Cutter, step it up another level. Come on now. Just stuck up toward it.
I think this is going to be Bothan.
Go watch your hands.
I can't really tell. Yes, it is. It's Caitlin Bothan, the 8th grader.
Number 1 for 13.
So Rose was 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. And Raymond has struck out 4 batters in this game, so not overpowering, but very effective. Pitch is a strike, and boy, that was a high strike, 0-1. Bothan's, I don't know, 5'7" maybe, and Rose is 6 feet. Pitch is up high. That last pitch might not have been right to Rose. 1-1 the count. The pitch is skipping through the dirt. It's 2-1. Good glove job there by the 8th grader. Gillette. And getting some rosin is Raymond. Our next offering. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. 9-2 Randolph. We're in the 7th inning. She connects, but it's a high fly ball that the center fielder runs into right field pretty much and makes the catch. So 1 down, and that'll bring up Lindsey Hansen. Hansen singled in the 3rd inning. One of the free hits the Cardinals have. She grounded out in the 4th. So Raymond's done an outstanding job here. As I said, not overpowering, but you don't have to be. To be effective as a pitcher, as you get good defense behind you, and they've had good defense. That looks like it's going to be a sinking line here. The second baseman can't make the catch, but she flips it to short to get the runner going down to second. Smart play there. She didn't get flustered, right? Hansen goes to first on the fielder's choice. So down to their last out of the Cardinals as Anna Cohen steps in here in the bottom of the 7th. The righty's pitch popped up over my head. 0-1 the count as it heads over toward the railroad tracks. The Faribault Falcon baseball team is playing North Branch across the way. There's a changeup for a strike, 0-2. So down to their last strike of the Cardinals. Cohen, leadoff batter, has been on base 1. Well, she has been on base twice. Fielder's choice and a walk. Normally, she's a really good bunter. 1-2 the count. They tried to do that to start the game, but this Raymond is so athletic coming out of the circle. You better lay down a perfect bunt. As their pitch skips in the dirt. Conclusion of the game, we'll need to do our, well, we already know what our delivery of the game is going to be. It's going to be this pitcher for Randolph. It's going to have our delivery of the game. She's delivered a great performance in the pitching circle, and also she got the first 2 runs batted in to take the lead to start the game. 3-2 the count. Cardinals came back and tied it, and then an eruption in the 6th inning by Randolph. So our Cashwise Foods and Pharmacy of Owatonna delivery of the game is going to go to Carter Raymond. There's a solid swing. It's a gapper. And she's going to second base. They're going to throw it into second base. She got there just in time. Cohen at second base with a double all the way. Runners at second and third, and Reagan Kangas steps up, the junior. At the conclusion of our game, we also need to make our Malika's Auto Body Faribault players of the game choice, and that's not going to be all that easy.
Here you go, Carter. Here we go.
Only have 4 hits. Pitch misses 1-0. And Trump does not have one of those 4 hits, which is pretty rare. The righty's pitch. Swings and just gets a piece of it. It's 1-1. Raymond again came into this inning with 82 pitches, 55 of them strikes. 16 of 24 first pitch strikes. The pitch. It's going to be hit to right field. It's going to score a run. They're bringing in the second run. And a 2 RBI. Reagan Kangas single. She also scored a run in this game. And so the Cardinals aren't going away quietly. As Tobin is due up here, Anna Tobin, safe on an error, scored, safe on an error, and hit into a double play her last time up. Raymond made a nice catch and then doubled off the runner off second base bag. I was back in the 5th inning. Pitches a ball, almost looked like a pitch out. It's 1-0. I mean, they're not going to send anybody down 9-4. And the pitch. That's hit over the dugout, and it's 1-1.
Play, ladies.
Mentally don't have anybody with multiple hits in this game. Nobody scored multiple runs in this game. I'm trying to figure out who my Faribault players of the game are going to be, courtesy of Malika's Auto Body. When it's crunch time for your vehicle, well, you know where to take it. Malika's Auto Body. So 2-1 is the count as Raymond's next pitch is a solid single to right field. Kangas got held up there at second base for some reason. Here comes a throw to the plate. She is safe. Boy, she just got there. She kind of got hung up at second base. So Tobin is at third. She went to third on the throw home, so I'm going to give her a RBI double here. And Kate Trump steps in. Now 9-5. That was a movie, wasn't it? There's a ball, 1-0. I think Dolly Parton was in it. Lily Tomlin was in it. I think. And the righty's pitch. Swings and just hits it off the plate. 1-1 the count.
Go 1 now.
Might have overswung there. 1-1 the count. Runner at third. 2 outs. Pitch is up high. It's 2-1. Remember earlier they intentionally passed Trump back in the 3rd inning to load the bases, and then Morgan Wilson clubbed a 2 RBI single to tie the game at the time at 2 apiece. Swing and a miss. 2-2. 2-2 the count here in the 7th inning. There are 4 hits in this inning after Raymond had only given up a couple going into it. Pitch is up high. It's 3-2. Got the 4-run 2-run lead, so you can be aggressive here if you're Raymond. You don't have to worry about her crushing a home run because it would still be a 2-run game and you only have 1 out to get. She falls it straight back and it's 3-2. And 2 is our count. Runner at third, 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Cardinals are trying to do almost the impossible. They were down by 7 runs. And now they're down by 4. She falls off the next pitch. She had to wait and wait and wait and wait on that changeup. And she actually got a piece of it. Literally, she could have swung twice. You could see her waiting and waiting. And she did foul it off. So the question is, as Coach Strom's going to go out there and probably suggest, you know, she's keyed up to hit something hard, so I wouldn't be surprised to see another changeup here. Both coaches are spinning the wheels here. As the Cardinals are down to their last out here in the bottom of the 7th. Again, this will be shown on FCTV. Get to see 2 really good teams going at it. I think it was a good choice.
Here we go, Carter. Here we go, kid.
And they might be in the rankings when they come out this week. Well, I thought he said strike, but it was a ball, and so either walk Trump.
Hey, 2 outs now, 2 outs. Make the play at 1.
That'll bring up Morgan Wilson, and Wilson very capable of hitting a home run. I told you I called one for her last year. She's 1 for 3, 2 RBI single back in the 3rd. If she were to hit one here, it'd be a 1-run game. Pitch is inside ball, and Trump could walk to second base. They let her go. 1-0 to Wilson. The 8th person to plate here in the 7th. Boy, you give the Cardinals a lot of credit. There's a strike of the knees, 1-1. Now some teams would be, it's kind of chilly out here, so hey, let's go home. Nope, they're fighting right to the bitter end. Well, it may not be bitter, too, if you come back, right? So the pitch popped up, but it's going to be out of play. And they're down to their last strike again. Morgan Wilson, the freshman pitcher. Runners at second and third. If it's a solid hitter, they'll probably score 2 runs to make it a 2-run game. Raymond's trying to get out of the 7th, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Raymond jumps up in the air. She got the strikeout to end the game. Just the 5th strikeout. 8 batters come to the plate for the Cardinals here in the 7th. They do plate 3 runs to make the score 9-5. Let's see, they had 1, 2,